Welcome everyone. We are making the Garden Spools quilt. Come on in and join me. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jennifer Long from Sew a Story. I am an early years educator turned Riley Blake Designs fabric designer and presenting Thumbelina, the newest fabric collection through Riley Blake Designs for Sew a Story. And we are featuring one of my very favorite patterns. It's called Garden Spools. So it is a really adorable spool. The spool in and of itself is a really fun pattern. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite applique methods, which is raw edge applique. It is so easy and fun. You get to be really creative with it, and it's quick and really enjoyable. I adore it. So I'm going to show you some of that with it. I'm going to just take you behind me here to take a look at the quilt pattern. You can see that there are 9 spools, and some of them are hidden behind there. And it kind of has this ombre effect happening. I'm going to show you here inside this larger photo of it here. You can see that it has like ombre threads happening in there. So I love that each spool has like 2 colors in it, and everything is only stitch and flip, so it gives you this illusion that it's wrapping around the spool, but in fact it's just like a stitch and flip, so you can kind of see it as it's moving around there. The pattern is super easy to follow. This is a great fun sew, and then if you want you can add the garden embellishments on top. Some are coming from behind, some are coming from inside, and some are on top. And so we'll talk that through when we get right into the meat of it all here. But I am so glad you are here. Let's talk about where you can get this pattern first of all. You can get this pattern right now on the Sew a Story website. It's called Garden Spools, and it's available right now. You can grab your favorite fabric collection, or you can use Thumbelina fabric collection with it and make it with us this month. You can also find it at your favorite quilt shop. So you can ask your favorite quilt shop if they are carrying it. Look it up online. Tons of online and amazing quilt shops are carrying this collection and this pattern. So go ahead and grab it from there. Or if you are part of our pattern club, this is the quilt pattern this month. So you can join us at Sew a Story Pattern Club and get this plus an additional bonus game. We always give a little like fun, something to do with your children inside of the membership, as well as you get a craft pattern and some other fun things. So it's really, really fun. And anyway, you got your pattern, come on in and let's get started.
Okay, so let's have some fun with this quilt pattern. So this quilt pattern is called Garden Spools, and you are making up to 9 spools. I've done them in like an ombre effect here. So it kind of has like just a really sort of nice rainbow effect. And I've even mixed, you can see some of the yellows with the reds so that they kind of like pull in together. But you can go ahead and have as much fun as you want. It is nice to have sort of the same tone, unless you want a variegated thread, which would also be really, really fun. I am using the Thumbelina Fabrics collection here. And showcasing that in this pattern here, but you have all your requirements on the back. And what I want to talk today about is just my method for raw edge applique. So just a couple of things you'll want to do and note on a pattern is that I always do the fabric requirements like this so you can swap out and have fun with your favorite fabrics. The only technique you need to know for piecing is stitch and flip, and that is right here. And for downloads, you can also just find those right after here on what you're going to need for your fusible applique here and what we're going to do with that. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to put the pattern in here. I have one block that's finished already, And as you can see, I've just laid this out over the block. A couple things I want you to be aware of, I'll just move this over here, is that you do have to remember that you're going to have a 1/4 inch seam allowance around your whole block. So unless you want this coming right out of your seam, you're going to want to make sure I have a good 1/2 inch here. Same thing on this side here. You're going to get that 1/4 inch seam allowance. So you're just going to want to make sure that you don't have any of your pieces too close. All right, so I'm just going to share some tips with you, and we're going to on how to do raw edge applique. I do have one block already, another block made just to show this on how you do this. And I'm going to lay it out here. So this block is already pieced. You can see that it has its 1/4 inch seam allowance here and everything else. So it's raw and ready to go. I have a couple of pieces here for another flower, and this one is coming out of the block. So we can do this in a number of different ways. I'm going to move this one down a little bit just to show you here. And so it can come out, you can have it coming out of, let's say, inside the spool, which would be so adorable. And it's going to look like this. This is going to come on top. So it can come out from inside of the spool. You can have fun here. You can have it come out from the center. There's no rules. You can have it like falling up to the sky like this. Again, just be careful that you don't send that leaf too close or over the edge. This is coming on top here. You can also have it coming out from the top of this. If you do, I would highly suggest before you fuse this here, or you can even just seam rip a little bit here and tuck that in if that's what you would like to do, but you don't have to do that as well. I'm going to have it come out from the center of this block just for something fun and different. I'm going to have it come on over, and I kind of like it slightly tipped, maybe even like coming like this. I'm going to put this leaf coming out from underneath it, and this is coming from underneath it. So these applique pieces were put on the, actually I want to tilt it a little bit more. Yeah, like this. Okay, so these applique pieces I traced onto extra light fusible web, and you can see that when it's a paper back here, when I fuse it to one side, this is the wrong side, but it's actually in reverse. When I pull it off, there's like a shiny side to it here. And this is the side that is going to stick when it's heat set. So I'm going to place that in the spot that I want it, and I'm not going to heat set it yet. Then I'm going to take the next piece. I just do a little fold, and then I sometimes roll it, and it comes off pretty easy. There we go. Oh my goodness, I just love raw applique so much. So fun. And I don't want to put it down there yet because I'm going to slide this under. Let's say you did. I want to just share with you what you could do. So let's say you already fused this down and you're like, oh no, I want this underneath. All you have to do is heat set that part again. So just heat it again one more time, and it'll like slowly pick up. Now, every time you do, it does leave a little bit of glue, but you'll be able to pick it up and put that underneath. I don't recommend doing that, but if you have to do it, that's how you would do it. Otherwise, you don't want to be picking at it and ruining your fabric. Okay. I'm going to line that up underneath. I don't want it to be showing like this, so you're going to make sure that it's nice and in the spots that you want. Then if I had this on an ironing board, I'll just show you what I would do is I would just make sure I'm very, very, very happy with the placement. And then I take my iron and I would lower it down, hold, lift. Lower it down, hold, and lift. If you push your iron here, you're likely to move and change how things are going. So lower your iron down and lift, and lower your iron down and lift. All right, once you have it heat set and it's cooled, then you can take it back to your sewing machine. You can do it in a couple different ways. You can use just the same thread color, maybe like a black thread color, and outline it all like a sewing illustration. Or what I love to do is use the same color I actually use like a machine embroidery thread, and I just do a single stitch. You could do a blanket stitch or a zigzag. I just do a really shortened zigzag stitch, less than 1/8 around the whole perimeter, and hold it down. So it depends on what you love for the look of your raw edge applique, how it will be. All right, and then I just want to show you, if you are in the pattern club, of extra bonus that we have that you want to download. It's called the Thumbelina Thread Match Bingo. And what it is here is you just print it out. There are 3 different bingo cards. Oh, sorry, 2 different bingo cards here, but you can print out as many as you need. You can also like cut them up and change them how you need. And then you call these color call out cards. Say that 5 times fast. And this is great for children because it's really teaching colors. They can just match the colors. So crocodile with crocodile, nectar sewing fairies with nectar sewing fairies, and so on and so forth. And you'll just call out the colors and they'll have to put them in once they get a whole row, one way, or one way. So 4 in a row, then they can call out bingo. So it's a really fun, made in spools. You can sit on your quilt and have a lot of fun with this game as well. That's only available to members inside of the Pattern Club. Once you have this all done, you can always take extra options to embellish it. So you can use something like sparkle paste on it. We also have a set of sparkle stencils that looks like this. And you can add any of these cute little elements that you want to anywhere just in sparkle and have a ton of fun. And you can always add some hand embroidery details, or if you prefer, you can definitely hand embroider once you raw edge applique that together. So I am so excited to see what you create with this month's quilt pattern.
So I'd love to know in the comments if you've done raw edge applique before, if you are like me and you love it, if you have any other thoughts or you want to share anything on social about how you are changing the pattern up. Creativity is always welcome and we're so excited to see what you do with it. Raw edge applique is something I absolutely adore and I'm so excited that I get to incorporate it into this quilt pattern this month. But like I said, you don't have to. You can simply just enjoy the spool block as it is. This would make just a great little mini with a couple of borders around it. You can add that to your sewing space. You can maybe make a little table runner with it as well. You can make 3 in a row. You can change up the size. But it is written. I always write my patterns for the whole quilt, but then also block by block. So you can see that we just made 1 and then it tells you what other ones to make here. So you can go ahead and make as many spools as you want and have a ton of fun. As always, I cannot wait to see what you create with this pattern. I hope that this pattern speaks to you the way that it is calling to me. I can't make enough of these, and I can't wait to see what you do with this pattern. So please do share on social, and I can't wait to see what you create. I will see you again very soon, and thank you so much for being here. Okay, bye for now.